Well, I'd like to welcome our new security director here in the village, and that is Carlos Rojas. And it is fantastic to have you here, sir. Welcome.
Well, thank you.
New chief.
It's great to be here.
You've been here for, what, about a week or so?
About a week, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And first, let's get to know you a little bit. Let's learn your background. And one of the things you were just telling me, that your dad worked here for many years.
Sure. I grew up in Orange County in Huntington Beach, and my dad was actually a painter here at, it was Leisure World at the time.
Yes.
So as a kid, I do remember coming to work with him, and then one of my memories, of course, was the giant globe out front.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And he spent 22 years here and retired back in about 2001 or so.
Okay, and you grew up in Huntington Beach?
I did, yes.
Oh, nice place to grow up. Where'd you go to high school?
I went to Huntington Beach High School and then went to Golden West College.
Oh, Golden West, yeah. Yes.
Which is right around the corner. And then, of course, Cal State Long Beach and Chapman University. So.
Well, wow, great colleges for sure. Now, yes. By the way, Golden West, don't they have a program there for a police academy or sort of a, am I right?
They do have a criminal justice program.
Yeah,
I went to the Orange County Sheriff's Academy, but I did go through their criminal justice program and actually got an AA degree from Golden West College.
Yeah, I knew they had something like that. Now, and then you went to Chapman, which is, of course, one of the best colleges around.
Absolutely.
So from there, did you start with the Santa Ana Police Force right away?
Well, actually, I started at the Santa Ana Police Department when I was 21.
Ah,
so I hadn't yet received my degrees, and I went back to school while I was working as a police officer.
Okay.
And so I did over 27 years there at Santa Ana.
And 27 years, a lot of changes over the years.
Yes.
What are some of the main things you saw? Just the way things are done, not just technology, of course, but the way policing is done?
Well, I think over time, policing got more professional over time.
Yeah.
And I think you've seen that across the nation. And a lot of it was due to major incidents that had occurred.
Yeah.
And then some of it was just the evolution of society and the expectations of communities on how they wanted to be policed.
Yeah, and of course, you became the chief of police there in 2014.
Yes. Yeah, so I was the chief of police. I was the acting chief for a couple of years, and then became the permanent chief for 3 years, and then went to the Bay Area after that.
Yeah, and that's something that I was interested about as well, because being from the Bay Area myself, you were with the BART system, Bay Area Rapid Transit System, and that's something I'm very familiar with, so much so that when I was a kid, I remember seeing a presentation on that. It was at a local shopping mall. They had a model of it. And I remember the tubes under the bay going in. And so I think that's really neat that you worked up there.
Yeah, it was a very, very exciting time, and it's a very large transit system,
yes,
and it was something different than I had been used to. I was in municipal policing for a very long time, so that was a transit system which had its host of issues that you had to deal with. But Santa Ana was a good foundation to be able to manage and lead the folks that were working up in the Bay Area.
Now, when you were over with the BART system, you were the chief of police, so you were all over the system, am I right?
Correct. So it spanned 4 counties, and we were actually going into a 5th county. They were going into Santa Clara, which will be up and running this year.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I mean, your background is fantastic. Now, you were also part of the FBI National Academy graduate and West Point Leadership Program, and I mean, you've got a great background.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I've been very, very blessed and very fortunate to have had a great career, great experiences, and really just worked a variety of assignments in public safety. So now I'm excited to be able to come to Laguna Woods Village and bring some of that experience and really continue to build upon the successes that Laguna Woods Village has had.
Just in general, your personal life, you have kids and all?
I do. I've been married for 27 years. I have 3 kids. They're all adults, 19, 22, and 25. And then I do have a son that's at the West Point Military Academy in New York. And then I have a son that's at Seattle Pacific University. And then my daughter graduated from University of Nevada, Reno.
So you do a lot of traveling.
I do. I do.
Yeah.
Whether I like it or not.
That is just that is all over the place. But
yes.
I think that's fantastic.
Yes.
You're here at the Village now. Been here about a week. And of course, you met with, and you've known Tim Moy for a while, am I right? Obviously
Yes.
you did, right?
Yes, I knew him from the
because of-
Sheriff's
yeah.
Department. We would contract for air support services when I was
Okay.
at the Santa Ana Police Department. So I did get to know Chief Moy through the Sheriff's Department, and then I reconnected with him, once I started looking at applying for the job here.
Yeah. What made you come here? Was it because you knew it from your dad?
Well, I'm big on doing my research before I commit to applying anywhere because I'm the type of person that really has to be focused and dedicated and know that not only am I right for the organization, but the organization is right for me.
Right.
And then so, of course, my dad spoke volumes about the village, and I remember growing up, he would tell all kinds of stories
Yeah.
about the folks that lived in the village, and he always had good, fun memories about his work here, so that played a part in it. And then also talking to Chief Moy and the things that he's been able to accomplish during the time he was here. And then when I came to meet some of the residents, to ride along with some of the security folks, and then I really felt that I could contribute in a positive manner.
Now, obviously, I think it's too soon to ask you what you want to see a little bit different or changes or accomplish here. But one of the things that Tim Moy really implemented, we had it, but he really expanded on, is our disaster preparedness here in our task force. And obviously, with your background, you've had to have a lot of experience with that. Santa Ana Police Department up in the Bay Area, part of your program, I'm sure, was looking disasters up there, namely earthquakes and that tube that goes under the bay.
Correct.
So what do you hope to bring here? We got a lot that we need to be prepared for. You could have an earthquake any day, wildfires. We're now looking at the coronavirus, and there's a lot to this village.
Absolutely, and I think failing to plan is a plan to fail, as they say. So I think it's very important not only to have the plans in place, which we're very well situated in that way, but we also have to exercise those plans. And then we have to make sure that we provide the information, the education, and the knowledge, not only to those that will be responding to the incident, but the residents that live in the village. And of course, in any major disaster, you always want things to go a certain way, but that usually is not the case. So you have to plan for all kinds of eventualities. And I think training and exercising those plans is very important. So I'd want to continue along that path.
Okay, and of course, we have the Code Red system.
Yes.
And very similar to you have the OC alert system that I know you probably utilized.
Correct. The Code Red system to do the mass notifications is very, very important. And also being able to manage an incident. There's a WebEOC system that I know the city of Laguna Woods has, along with all other cities in Orange County, and so I'm well versed in that. And I think all that brings good experience and a good launching point for me to go ahead and enhance our programs here.
Yeah, well, I think it's great that the village found you and you found the village.
Absolutely.
And your background is remarkable and very interesting. All the different places you've been, and I think you're going to bring really almost like a view from around the country. Not only what you've done here in California, but you were at West Point, and also all that experience comes to here, and I think it's fantastic.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm very excited to be here, and I know we're going to accomplish some good things on behalf of all the residents in the community.
All right, and part of it, you're going to be coming on the show now and then. All right?
Okay,
all
sounds
right.
good.
And once you're here for a while, but then we'll start looking into maybe different things that you want to see done. So
okay,
fantastic.
Fair
Chief,
enough.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I really appreciate you coming on. Great meeting you.
Great. Thank you.
We'll be right back.